There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to hair care. A product that works wonder for curls might make straight hair limp and greasy. I've been trying to find the perfect product to help develop my curls, and I think Prose has led me there. Thanks to my personalized Prose routine, I can honestly say I've never been more in love with my hair. Prose makes custom hair care that's effective because it's personal. Using natural ingredients with proven results, Prose customizes every product in your routine from shampoo to supplements. First, Prose starts by asking about you as a person with their in-depth consultation. Prose asked me really unexpected things, like questions even about my environment and the weather. Next, Prose analyzed all my answers and determined which unique blend of ingredients should be in every product of my custom routine. Together, Prose got all my hair goals covered. I'm loving my curl developer. My hair is softer, shinier, fuller, and my curls just look great. Prose is the healthy hair regimen with your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to prose.com/think. That's prose.com/think for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off.
Symptoms like irregular periods and acne may not be the end of the world, but what if there was more to the story? Did you guys know as many as 5 million women in the U.S. have PCOS and 50 to 75% are unsure that they have it? With an at-home PCOS test, you can measure key hormones that help control essential functions, including your menstrual cycle, ovulation, weight, and metabolism. Knowing your levels may help to explain symptoms like fertility issues. Thanks to our sponsor, Let's Get Checked, we got you guys covered. Let's Get Checked is an at-home testing company that makes it easy and confidential to check your hormone levels from the comfort of your home without the awkwardness or uneasiness of visiting a clinic. And here's how it works. You simply go to their website, order a test kit, and it arrives at your door in a small, discreet package. You do a small finger prick and send the sample back to their lab with a prepaid shipping label. In 2 to 5 days, you'll get your results, and the Let's Get Checked nurse will be available to discuss your results with you. Once your results are available, they'll be reviewed by a physician and released onto your online dashboard. If your results are outside the normal ranges, a member of Let's Get Checked nursing team will contact you to discuss your lab report.
With using Let's Get Checked, I've had a great experience. I love knowing exactly what's going on with my hormones and my fertility.
Let's Get Checked laboratories are CLIA approved, which are the highest ranking level of accreditation. The company has performed over 2 million at-home tests. They keep your information and results confidential. And even better, our listeners will get 30% off their entire order with LOUD. Just visit letsgetchecked.com and enter the code LOUD, that's LOUD, at checkout.
Baby's mama's your baby daddy's mama? The whole fam is in a no drama podcast. Well, maybe not no drama, but it's called the Baby Mama's No Drama Podcast. The stars from Teen Mom 2, Kel Lowry and V. Rivera, sit face to face and sound off on life's problems. Oh, and the entire show is based on the premise that V is Kel's baby daddy's wife. You heard that right. You just can't make this stuff up. Motherhood, exes, life goals, mental health, and sex. This isn't just two girls gossiping back and forth. These girls are here to conquer life's problems, offer sound advice, and get a great laugh about the crazy things they've been through. These teen moms are grown and adulting, and they are here to take you along for the ride. It's the Baby Mama's No Drama Podcast. Listen wherever you get your pods. Welcome to the Think Loud Crew podcast. 3 moms getting real with parenthood, relationships, and the WTF moments of our daily lives.
Today we have a special guest. Dun, da, da, da.
Hi,
Ashley.
we are going to talk about the beautiful episode that aired last night and all the things that they left out. I'm genuinely mad that they left out so much.
I'm happy.
I know you're happy, but I'm upset.
I feel like you flipped the table for me and my ancestors.
Yes, right on.
The table was flipped. I said, you know what? Shy, you hulked out. Prettiest Hulk I ever seen, but bitch, Hulk nevertheless.
Yeah. Hulk smash.
I'm looking at Farrah and I'm like, okay. Zach motherfucking ass laughing. Corey motherfucking ass ain't even put his drink down. So I'm like, okay. Shy, please. I just remember looking at you and you looking at me like, you better move. Because if I swing, bitch, I'm going to hit you. And I'm not even going to mean to. And I'm just like, all right.
Okay. All I'm going to say is, number one, I hated how they ended last week's episode because it was like a cliffhanger. They hyped up Farrah come in, and then it was like 2 seconds she's in, and then the episode ended. Now we start yesterday's episode, and it was like shit hit the fan so quick. But they didn't show a lot of the shit that was hitting the fan. And I just want to say, I was minding my business when Farrah came, okay? Yeah, we all were minding our business.
Say this, let's just be very transparent about how this whole fucking setup took place. After Brianna almost lost her lungs in the bounce house that you rent for your kids' parties, Corey said, since we won, we were the winners, we were going to have a celebratory party. So Corey has us thinking it's going to be a good time. In walks Farrah. So I was double duped.
But because walks Farrah with when they said, oh, you guys should all, production said you guys should all do a toast or
while she walked in.
So my back was turned to the entrance, and I don't like that. I don't like my back being turned because
they said you don't know what's happening.
But I don't know what's happening. But I knew something was happening, and we always knew something was happening when security would come out.
Yep.
And there was a massive amount of security.
And they were standing everywhere. And we also know because that's the only time we saw hard alcohol. When did we ever see that?
Oh, that's crazy. So they literally set up this scene to be a little like extra
turned up. But I just want to say I wasn't drunk.
No.
I wanted to ask.
No.
Were you 2 shots in? No, I didn't take any shots. I had wine. Like I literally had wine. The table that I flipped, we were playing Flip Cup on prior to, and it was water. Well, my side was water. I was just sipping wine. So like I saw a lot of people be like, oh, is this drunk shy? I'm like, no. You would know if it was drunk shy.
That part.
But I wasn't drunk. I was just triggered.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot coming from like, I've seen, last night I went back and was looking at some stuff that she said online, and it's like, it just wasn't necessary. So
she is delusional. Capital D. I don't know what's wrong with the bitch. First of all, she came in looking like a therapist herself.
I'm so confused about what she was wearing.
A mix of dress barn and I don't know, but it wasn't giving.
Somebody told me it was giving me Handmaid's Tale vibes.
It was. And then like the face was giving me Purge. At first I was scared because I didn't know if she was
not Purge. Not Purge.
You was ready to kill?
I had to assess the situation because the face doesn't give emotion, so you don't know.
But you don't know what she's going through.
Oh, this is a lot.
No, it was a lot.
It seemed like a lot because I feel like she kept pumping herself up to saying the Farrah wave and like kept like pressing that. Like, are we riding the Farrah wave? I don't think so, girl.
No.
You know, let's just commend Corey because if Corey hadn't spoken to her, I think that everybody would have pretended like she did not exist.
I think that's what it was. And
unless that's some ignorant ass shit to pop. I think that no one.
I think we would have all ignored her.
It like everyone went from like cheers to like, okay,
right. Somebody's talking to her
amongst us, and everyone's in it. Like no one except for fucking Gary. You can't fault Gary.
Yeah, no, I for sure agree that everyone was on the same page of let's just ignore her presence. Let's not give her any attention. Let's not even look her way, like,
or give her that
energy. Like, we're not gonna. And that's the one thing that I was irritated watching myself back. I'm like, I wish I wouldn't even given you all that. But I remember Zach and I were sitting on the couch, and Corey came over, and he was like, he basically made it like not a thing, but made it known. Like, don't you remember all that shit she was talking when we joined the show and saying how I should be fired and she'd come back then? or saying this, that, and the third. And I'm just sitting there and it's like a devil and an angel. And like the little devil is just yapping his mouth and I'm just getting triggered. And I'm looking at Zach, who's like in a good mood, laughing, cheering, drinking, like holding his cup. And then the devil is just still talking that shit. Let's go. So yeah, it was, I don't know. I watched it back and I'm just like, I wish I would have never even gone over to the table when Corey said something to her. But either way, even if I wasn't standing there, she would have still said ghetto and was ignorant, and I would have just jumped from the couch. So
was that really how she started off? Like, was there a lot of conversation before that happened?
That scene was true. Like
and Corey was the most, like, in my opinion, like the way he came at it was like kind of jokingly, almost to keep it light. He was like, so that's how you feel? She could have been like, yeah, motherfucker, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And he could have, yeah.
Yeah, but like,
I brought that.
Him, but I always say this. It's always the most uneducated, uncultured people that blurt out, ghetto, you're ghetto. First of all, let's go back to school and learn the meaning so we can use the word appropriately in the right context, because that's not it. You can't rewrite the dictionary because you're racist. Secondly,
I need a shirt that says that.
You cannot. Secondly, Corey, just because she's allowed to say whatever she wants, Corey's allowed to say whatever he wants. And I could see if he went up to her and was like, getting at her foul, but
right.
Corey,
that wasn't it.
He walked over with a smile on his face.
He didn't so friendly.
Yeah, he wasn't attacking. He wasn't like.
Yeah, I wish that
aggressive.
We could have watched it in like slow mo, because I swear when she said ghetto, me, you, and Bar were all like, ew. Like our heads turned so slow, like a scary movie.
Y'all just heard it and came alive.
Yeah, because I don't like Farrah for my own slew of reasons. We have had our issue prior to this whole thing. I don't fuck with her, and I don't play with the devil. I already know how devil works. So, you know what I'm saying? I try to stay away from her. But when I heard her say ghetto, it's like, first of all, Corey is not ghetto.
No.
Far from it.
Corey, you could have called. That's why I said you could have talked about his turtlenecks.
I saw you say that. I was dying.
Like, what's wrong with turtlenecks? But it's like, no, Corey is the opposite, literally the opposite of what you would think a stereotypical ghetto Black man would be. But you don't have any understanding of that. So you use that word to describe everybody, or you use that word in lack of your vocabulary. You just don't have
it. Yeah. She doesn't have words to actually articulate what she would like to say, except for, let me just.
Because even in her therapy session, she's like, that's the only word that came to mind.
That was my body reaction.
My reaction. I was like, oh my gosh.
Like, that's how you react. That's too deep. Like, that's how you react to people. For people to come up to you and say something that's very light and icebreaker, like, oh, you're ghetto?
And you're right. She could have taken what he said and been like, yeah, I said it. Like, okay.
And what, we
couldn't, shit. At that point, I would have been,
I'd have been like,
talk about it then.
What's up, Corey? I said it, and how you feel about it? Let's have a chitty chat. Yeah. But she can't take the heat. You know what I'm saying? She can give it and give it and give it. And one thing about is this. We're all moms. Or if you're not a mom, you have a little kid in your life that you'll get crazy over. You know how it feels.
Exactly.
And the one thing about it is I cannot like you. I cannot like you. I cannot like all of y'all. But the kids need to be left out of it. Yeah. I don't talk about Farrah's kid. My girl's going to need way more therapy than Farrah's got the money to pay for. But I'm not going. But one thing about me is also I raise kids. I don't play with them. I don't go back and forth with them. Only a real mother would know that. And that's why I don't bring up nobody's kids. Because one thing about me, I'm going to drag you from Tim to Buck 2. And Farrah is secure in the fact that she's got security and she's created this TV security persona. And I don't think that she has anybody in her real life that she's just genuine with.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't even think she knows what it is to be a genuine person anymore, or what that feels like. And you can see that in the way that she comes off and the way that she talks. Cause it's not like, she's not very open to listening or hearing things about herself. So it's like when you have a person like that, to me, it's, they don't have a friend group or friends to really talk to them or to encourage them or lift them up or be like, hey, no, like you're wrong. Like,
or tell them like that outfit looks terrible, girl.
Yes.
Change.
Stop it.
Like you haven't been around these people in a long time and that's what you decided to come out in?
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say this. After seeing everything that she's done on the show prior to us being on it, after seeing what she did after the show, now meeting her in person, I really pray that she gets
some help.
Yeah.
I do.
She just
I think that she genuinely needs help. And I think and I hope that she gets it, not only for herself, but for her family.
And how she raises her daughter.
Yeah, because I really think that this persona that she's created in her head has really fucked up her head.
Yeah, there's a lot of disconnect.
There's so much disconnect.
Desensitized from everything.
It's sad. Like, it's genuinely sad to watch and it's sad to see because at the end of the day, she is human and she is raising a daughter. And it's like
post.
Yeah, and it was really odd and it's sad. Her daughter posted last night after the episode, like raving about her mother and about how like she's so beyond this world and these people.
Her daughter posted this?
Yes, but everyone is like, okay, Farrah, thank you for writing this very long caption about yourself.
Right.
And regardless if Farrah wrote it or her daughter wrote it, either way, they both, and I'm not talking about her kid, so nobody say that I'm talking about her kid. I'm being so genuine when I say I just really hope that they get the help that they need.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Because
that's sad.
It's concerning, just to take away the fact that I don't like her from mother to mother. It's concerning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because especially with girls, there are certain things we have to teach them. Mm-hmm. And every mother goes about that their own way. Yeah. I fear her daughter is not getting that because I fear that Farrah does not have that to give.
And that's sad.
And how can you give what you don't have? That's just straight up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that the persona that she puts on is only proof of the fact that she is insecure and of the fact that she is disconnected and of the fact that she is not tethered to who she is or, you know, a culture or a belief or I'm saying. And the only person that seems to be on her side and along for the journey is a little kid who unfortunately doesn't have the oversight to be able to say, you know what, that's fucked up.
Yeah. And that's sad.
Yeah.
Like like you said, like we don't have to like her for who she is, but at the end of the day, I genuinely pray for her and her child because it is just like watching a train wreck. And it's just like, but I feel like at the same time, she's created this persona of being such a nasty, mean person that she doesn't even know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
It's like when you're at home, who are you?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the night, who are you?
I think that long ago, those lines blended. And I think that's why we see what we see. I don't think there's for instance, we're on TV, you know what I'm saying? We might go to something and be like, yeah, we're going to turn it up. This is for TV. But then when we're done, we're like, all right, I'm going home, put my kids to bed. I'm going to put my pajamas on. You know, there's an off switch. There's a genuine switch that you turn on with your sisters and your family. I don't think that she has that. And I think that that's why it's just for her to come out and to change who she is would be for her to admit that the person that she's giving us is just a character.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you think this is, you know, she's been doing this for a very long time and it's, from what I've seen and when I hear her name over the last, 5-6 years at this point, there's been a lot of like negative things that have been said or like I haven't really seen anything positive. So it's like, do you think from her starting at such a young age and just getting kind of lost in this TV land persona that she's created for herself, it's like, you know, how does she
change who she is?
How does she change who she is when it's not change, but like grow and be like open to new.
If you look at her page, she tries in some form or fashion to show positivity, like talking about like sisterhood and women's rights and all this stuff. But you can't do that and then be such an evil person
to other people or to other women and not uplift them.
Yeah, you can't be so mean. And like she posted last night, basically how she's the smartest person on Teen Mom. If you combine all of us, she's smarter than all of us. So you can't.
Harvard's gonna sue her ass. Harvard's gonna sue that bitch for saying she's a Harvard graduate. They getting real tired of her defamation.
Yeah,
is she a Harvard graduate?
No, but
Did she
it's
take
like
classes
no,
there?
she tried. I think they kicked her out.
But
it's like, how do you preach all this like positivity and spirituality and women and sisterhood, but then you
don't walk that walk.
You don't walk that walk, and you say really mean things,
and you're bashing other women and their motherhood.
And people that you don't even know.
Yeah. There's no way in hell you can say I'm a bad mom.
No.
There's no way in hell you can say Ashley's a bad mom.
No. Not even on your worst days, you guys are a bad mom.
I think that was the reason why I tried to get to know Farrah initially. Because when I first got on the show, I didn't know, like, I was only a viewer, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to connect with people not based upon what everybody else was saying. That's why me and Farrah had linked up, went out, had drinks, all that.
Okay, can you explain that? Because all I know from that is from what I read online. How did that even happen?
So basically, years and years ago, when I was still, I think, like, on Young and Pregnant, this company called FabFitFun, they were having, like, this Winter Wonderland release party with like Tyga. It was supposed to be like a brand party, whatever, you know? So I got invited. Once I got invited, a guy named Johnny Donovan reached out to me, who said that he was like one of Farrah's besties, whatever. He was like, yo, when you get here, I think it's really good press for Farrah if, like, you know, you guys hang out, have some drinks. So that video and all those pictures, that was like press. That was what we came to do, but also like
it sounded like a Farrah promo moment.
It was staged, but I didn't realize how staged it was. Like the fact of like, ooh, Ashley and Cheyenne can link up for a crossover, not Ashley's linking up with Cheyenne, but Cheyenne really don't fuck with Ashley type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I thought, yes, it was for press, but also like she could be a cool person. I don't know anything about her. And so we did that. We hung out, we had some shots. And then the next morning.
Sorry. So that night, was she friendly? Was she cool? Like, did you guys have a good time?
I am going to speculate and say that she was booger sugared out. If you don't know what booger sugar is,
yeah, figured out.
It was very like, hi, how are you? Let's dance.
Oh, she was hyped.
You know what I'm saying? And then every time
it's like if she has like a relaxed state, like let's relax.
Like let's give her a downer.
No,
let's
just chill and vibe. Like
I don't know. She was just very like.
She was on
aggressive.
She was on whatever the fuck she was on.
She was on.
All right.
She was very, very, very friendly that night. She even talked to me. She was like, you know, this could make you a lot of good money, but you got to be careful about like how you make your steps. Like she was real kind. And so when I posted that picture with her, people were giving me so much shit. They were like, two birds of a feather, hoes flock together.
Oh,
no. So bad. But then like the next day or like maybe like 2 days later, I think I woke up, she had did a live, and in her live, she was like, all young and pregnant girls, even Ashley, they got pregnant to take my place and they got pregnant to be like me.
Oh, stop.
And that was like, literally, I had just got done hanging out with her. So I hit up Johnny and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like
what did he say about it? Because I've met him Once or twice.
You know, his little messy ass. Yeah, him. He's on. I fuck with him, but he's on messy notice, Johnny.
Johnny, in case you hear this, we know what your
I've
is.
met him once or twice, and
messy notice.
He was definitely, I could tell he was in the scene, whatever scene it was, and
boots. I ain't got nothing against Johnny, you know what I'm saying? But he's a little messy boots, and I hit him up, and I was like, "So what's tea with your girl? Like, is she on dope?" And he was like, "Oh," he was like, I don't know the issue. And I was like, "Well, I'm saying something about me." This was young and pregnant days. So keep that in mind. I have grown since then.
We know, girl.
I say, we see your girl.
We see your girl.
I was like, listen, just let her know that for the sheer fact that she said anything about my child, when I see her, I'm gonna knock the plastic out her face. And that's just what it was. Until I realized also, like, I'm not the kind of person that's going to keep going for someone when I see that they're weak and they can't give me back what I give them.
Yeah.
I peep that you can't give me the same energy. I'm going to lower my energy because I'm not a bully. You know what I'm saying? So once I gave her a little rah-rah and she was like, I was like, okay, bitch, call the police then. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to do.
Oh my God. What was Johnny's response when you were hitting him up? Like, was he trying to mediate or was he just like, I don't know what happened?
Basically, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Flat out. And I felt weird about him because it's like, you reached out to me to set this up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like me introducing you to my friend and then my homegirl bugs out on you and then I'm, oh girl, I'm not in it. Like, what do you, you're our only connect. I'm saying, so
you're in it.
I was expecting him to be a little more like, I don't know, let's figure this out. But he was just basically like, I don't know what her problem is. And so I was like,
it's almost like, what was the point of all of it?
It almost seems like it was on purpose.
But here's my whole thing. You can't be mad that even after all these years on Teen Mom and all the sex tape you sold, you still a D-list celebrity like me, baby. We still get invited to the same D-list celebrity parties. And that's what you're mad about. And I ain't got nothing to say about it. If you've been on the show for 10 years and you did all this, you should be partying with the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncés. I don't know why you at FabFitFun with me, but don't take that out on me and ruin my, you know? I don't know.
No, I agree.
I feel you.
I definitely agree.
She's like, I've got the credentials. Like, I've got the look now. Like, where's my invite? I might be confused and frustrated.
But like, the thing is, she's mad at the wrong people.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to be mad at the people who forced you to make a decision between your two careers. You need to be mad at yourself for continuously saying, I don't care, instead of saying, you know what, I do care. And that's why I'm going to get help. And that's why I'm going to seek therapy. I think it is such a trend to be a bad bitch and blah, 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 but it's not cute to be emotionally disturbed.
No, it's not at all.
What did you guys think about Amber when Amber was talking to her and was trying to like kind of bring her down some and just kind of be like, hey, we don't have to be friends, but you do have an ally or someone who understands because of just being in this environment.
She's trying to, I feel like Amber has done like such a complete change of who she is as a person. And she wants to do that in all aspects of her life. So all I can do is sit back and respect it.
Yeah.
At the same time, after talking to Amber, talking to Macy, talking to Kate, it's like, and seeing the shit online, Farrah runs Amber's name in the dirt. Like, she has the meanest things to say about her. So it's like, why continue to put yourself in a position to get burned? And I feel like that's what Macy was trying to say. Like, she continues to shit on you. Why would you even give her that energy? And I feel like Amber thought, oh, Farrah walked in, we all did this like gang up mentality on her. That wasn't it. And then later on, Amber came to me and was like, I didn't hear the ghetto comment. I didn't know like where your animosity came from. She's also said she didn't know about your situation with her and didn't know that Farrah said nasty things about when I joined. So she's like, I'm sitting here thinking that only Macy and I have issues with her. I didn't know everybody. She's cross lines with everybody. So I feel like I don't know. I like that Amber showed a different side of herself, but at the same time, it's like,
don't give it that energy.
I wouldn't have given her all that.
It's also like, what did Farrah expect to happen when she walked in? Knowing like what she does online, knowing what's happened in the past. Like, did she expect y'all to be like, oh, let's kumbaya now? Like,
I don't know.
open arms?
I already knew it was gonna be some shit. I said,
what did you think about what Amber did?
I thought it was commendable because Amber really does have the longest history of issues with Farrah. But to see, first of all, I think that some people just show you their character, and for that alone, you cannot deal with them. And that's that. Some things are character things that I don't think people can change.
Yeah,
and
no, at all.
Or it might take years of changing. Yeah. And so to see Amber like try to extend the olive branch for Farrah to be like, well, she's on probation. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Like, weren't you just face down in the dirt outside of a restaurant 2 days ago? So I don't know. And Amber was the only one that was trying to save you from getting your ass whooped. So you should have took that olive branch and grew a damn olive tree. But what you did, as per usual, you burn every bridge that anyone tries to make with you.
Yeah, I forgot about that comment that she said she's on probation, so fill in the blank. It was like,
what is that even supposed to mean?
Number one, what the fuck does that mean? And number two, she was literally the only person who, like you said, extended an olive branch, tried to, Amber said it's all under the bridge. Like, she tried, and Farrah once again shit on you.
But you can't try with someone who, like, we have to understand that we have to meet people where they are. Even if we don't want them to be where, we have to meet them where they are. That's something that I've learned in dealing with people. Like, I have family members that are just crazy. You can't rationalize with crazy. You can't argue with crazy because, girl, crazy is crazy. You're going to be crazy arguing with a crazy. Yeah. So I've just decided to stay away. And I think that the same thing needs to happen for Farrah. She is emotionally, I don't want to label her because I'm not a fucking therapist or a doctor, but she needs some emotional care.
Symptoms like irregular periods and acne may not be the end of the world, but what if there was more to the story? Did you guys know as many as 5 million women in the US have PCOS and 50 to 75% are unsure that they have it? With an at-home PCOS test, you can measure key hormones that help control essential functions, including your menstrual cycle, ovulation, weight, and metabolism. Knowing your levels may help to explain symptoms like fertility issues. Thanks to our sponsor, Let's Get Checked, we got you guys covered. Let's Get Checked is an at-home testing company that makes it easy and confidential to check your hormone levels from the comfort of your home without the awkwardness or uneasiness of visiting a clinic. And here's how it works. You simply go to their website, order a test kit, and it arrives at your door in a small, discreet package. You do a small finger prick and send the sample back to their lab with a prepaid shipping label. In 2 to 5 days, you'll get your results, and the Let's Get Checked nurse will be available to discuss your results with you. Once your results are available, they'll be reviewed by a physician and released onto your online dashboard. If your results are outside the normal ranges, a member of Let's Get Checked nursing team will contact you to discuss your lab report.
With using Let's Get Checked, I've had a great experience. I love knowing exactly what's going on with my hormones and my fertility.
Let's Get Checked laboratories are CLIA approved, which are the highest ranking level of accreditation. The company has performed over 2 million at-home tests. They keep your information and results confidential. And even better, our listeners will get 30% off their entire order with Loud. Just visit letsgetchecked.com and enter the code LOUD, that's LOUD, at checkout.
And I'm pretty sure like this whole MTV Teen Mom franchise environment for her does feel toxic towards her. Like, I feel like in her right mind, it's like, this is a triggering environment. So
she did that to herself.
I understand she did it to
you
herself.
can't bring yourself into a situation that you already know
that you already know is not right
healthy for you.
Yeah. So it's
But my thing is, it's not like we talking about a man. I could see if it was like, girl, he toxic, but I love him. I'm going back. This is a company. You keep saying they're sexualizing you, harassing you.
right.
Whatever women's rights you've Googled. I mean, if that's the case, then go away.
Yeah.
Right. Stay away from that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we're not talking about you dibbling and dabbling with this guy you've been dealing with for years. We're talking about serious allegations that you've placed on this company as a whole. Larry?
Yeah.
And so if that's the case,
yeah, no, I agree.
It tells me that the sex tapes and the poop cups aren't selling, because you wouldn't be back somewhere if you felt like it was toxic and like you were so above everybody else that you didn't need to be here.
Y'all, I just found out about these poop cups and I'm just like, where does she sell this stuff? I'm so confused.
Okay, I want to get off Farrah, but I just want to bring up one thing, because I saw you posted last night your tweet, and it looked like a description of what she offers from one of, what is that from? Is it OnlyFans? Is it a porn site?
It is. It's her OnlyFans.
So she's offering. I read the whole description.
What was it? Oh, there's more. Text you. I didn't want to do too much, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to text him to you.
There's more?
There's more?
Filthy nasty.
Okay, because I'm being nosy. I want to see.
I'm curious.
The one that Ashley posted, Farrah is offering for you to watch her on live cam take a poop. But she puts like a full description how she will play with herself while she's pooping, and then she'll show you the dirty poop after. But the way that
this girl has lost her mind.
I gotta bring up the
tweet.
God. I'm bringing up the tweet only because you gotta really see how, oh my God, Ashley.
I love you, Ashley.
She's doing a lot.
Farrah Friday surprise.
I don't even think we should say that out loud.
No.
That's why I literally texted.
Wednesday, Wild Wednesday, all new. Stepmom.
Stop it now. I'm disgusted.
She's giving out red
nasty. That face.
Wait, it's only $50.
Girl!
80 today only. No.
Yo, there's hella emojis that I never even thought of ever using this way.
Queen P. Okay, just know if I'm sitting on a toilet, I'm about to show you. I'm charging more than $50.
This is called that close-up booty hole and spread. I'm done. I feel dirty just reading these.
Want to see me bend over, right? And show my booty hole in perfect punani? Full nude, spread it so wide.
See, but this is the part.
Eat me out like groceries. Yum. Emoji.
Wait, I feel like this goes
big sale. Sexy Saturday treat. Originally $75. Girl, you need to make your prices higher.
She doesn't respect herself.
Dang, to me,
unlock for 100. Originally 200. Oh,
dang, it's like
that's a lot.
Not even the queen.
My point of the tweet is this.
Oh my God, I just read what it said.
You scared me.
Oh my God.
How many hot dogs can I get inside me?
Okay, now this is sad.
It's
really sad because it goes back.
Intervention.
Since her daughter's older, don't you think that her daughter will see this shit? No?
She's putting hot dogs in her and then eating them.
Stop. It's a long video, 13 minutes.
$120.
Not $120.
For $100, she gonna get a damn bum bump from going from here.
Oh, not a bum bump.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this.
Wait.
I'm not against anybody doing
what they need to do to get some money.
I have friends who are in the adult industry in all aspects, who are in it or who film it and whatever. And all respect to you. Get your money how you want your money. But
this is different.
just know, share your
I'm a
price.
stripper. I probably made half a season in 3 or 4 nights.
Raise your prices. Like she should raise her prices. Not you. Not you. Her.
Vegas, I just shit in no cups.
God,
But if I was shitting in cups,
Still reading her offer.
I'd be charging top dollar for those shit cups.
Oh,
I just got
Top
stressed out.
dollar.
I just really got stressed.
if I'm sticking a hot dog in me and eating it,
Stop it. No, you're not.
just know we're in the thousands, baby, okay?
What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
Not no 120. Like, damn, that's gonna be a salty ass hot dog. I'm gonna have to dip the hot dog in some tequila, just mix it around real quick.
Hear it real fast.
I'm just saying.
At the end of the day, you can rant and rave and say that everyone's delusional and say that all this. You can say that everyone got relevant to be on TV. You can say that I used to be a stripper, all this other shit. That is true, baby. But ain't nobody went to the extent that you have to stay relevant. And honestly, it's disgusting.
Okay, so wait.
Disgusting.
Is she really doing these things? Has anybody seen a video? Like, has anybody paid that $80 to really see her do these things?
So
How many? Can you see? Like, does she have like subscribers?
are like pooping in like farting in a thing and like selling it.
Stop, not farting.
No, she was pooping and she was wiping her butt on like a cotton thing. I saw that video.
Containing the smell and like, I don't know.
I just want to know, like, if anybody has really
That's
paid
real
for her
strange.
OnlyFans and is really seeing her.
I assume so if she keeps having deals.
Guys, I'm disturbed.
If she keeps having deals, somebody is paying for that shit. Somebody is disturbed just like her.
A guy sent me all that. A guy that pays. Oh, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
He sent me that. Girl, I've been holding on to them screenshots since the shit went down. I don't know his Instagram.
Can you ask him if he could do a quick screen record? I would just like to see the hot dog video.
Is there shots? Because I gotta
Take bets on how many hot dogs.
Say that again, Ashley.
I said I gotta see if there's an Instagram name on the screenshots because I don't remember who sent them to me. I don't know the person.
Oh, hold on, we'll tell you.
Like a random
We'll do
person.
our research over here.
You know, it's honestly to the point where
No.
I will pay the.
We all just pitch in to see what's going
Right,
on.
we all pay.
I would definitely pay. I'm so curious.
I mean, she has so many deals.
I want to see it. And she has really good
She got
deals.
so many deals.
What day of the week is it? What day is it?
It's Wednesday. She
Hold
got
on.
a deal.
Hold
I was
on.
like,
She got a deal today.
Hold on.
we only
There was a wild Wednesday.
They all knew, but I can't see this. It says stepmom, and then it's like period fuck fetish.
I don't need
I said it like this, but did not lower your voice. You said fuck fetish.
like I'm whispering, but I'm not.
We not whispering over here.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to find OnlyFans. I will sacrifice my $80 or $50 or whatever it is.
Will you?
And I will let you guys.
Is she
I will
somebody's
keep you
stepmom?
posted. No, it's a fantasy.
Oh,
It's a fantasy.
I don't know.
All right, let's get off Farrah.
I feel like this is some euphoria shit.
No,
No, this is-
Euphoria was better than this,
This is
shit.
this is the Farrah wave that no one is writing.
Nobody is right. Nobody is trying to ride this.
Except for it's one girl, hella cups.
Hella cups.
One girl, hella cups.
All right, what was next in the episode after the Farrah explosion? Besides that, calling me the goddamn Hulk.
I was gonna say there was one thing that I liked when you, Corey, and Zach were sitting down. Y'all were talking about. I could be making this up, but I don't remember exactly.
We're talking about co-parenting.
You guys were talking about co-parenting, and I think it was Corey who was like, I think we co-parent like pretty good. Like our situation is different, but you guys figure it out. And I loved how it was like all this stuff just happened, but then it was like you guys were able to bring it back down.
Yeah.
And as a family, like talk about it and it was nice that you guys were all on the same page. Like it wasn't a Hulk smash, what the hell, Cheyenne? But it was like Hulk smash.
And that conversation that conversation wasn't curated. Like
no,
it wasn't like, hey, can you guys go over here and talk about this? Like I think Zach and I were sitting there first, and Corey just was walking by, and we just all sat down and started talking.
Mm-hmm.
And what I said is real. Like, we're always on go mode. We're always doing something or trying to make some shit shake. So me and Corey's conversations are literally about who's picking up Ryder, where's Ryder going to be, or what Ryder has going on, or what school event, or what's going on with Ryder, to where it's never like, we never have a second for me or him and Zach to connect, and Taylor to just connect and say, are we okay? Like,
just do a check.
Yeah, like not even okay with each other, but just okay in our lives, like our personal lives. Are you good? Okay, we're good. And it's not like, let's get deep into each other's personal lives. Like, there's still boundaries, but it's just like, you okay? All right. Check-in. It's just like,
respect of your child. Like, you know, Ryder is all of your priority, and it's her well-being. So it's like, even if like the parent is off, then it's Ryder's going to be off.
Right. Like Corey said, Ryder has 4 parents at the end of the day. And that's 4 different people that we all have to make sure that everybody's on the same page and that everybody's mentally healthy.
Yeah. And can I just say, I love that this conversation is taking place. Don't come for me, you race mongers, but between a black couple and a black family, I feel like it's not often that you see like a black baby mother being able to say, okay, you have a girlfriend. This is what it is. I respect her. You don't see a black baby dad being, have a husband now, Shy. Let me shake his hand. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people don't think that happens, especially at this age. So it's very commendable, because my mama, she got kids by all different dudes. Honestly, I'm just keeping it real. And all of our dads might be at the house at any given one time with our stepdad. That's how we've always grown up. Like my sister's dad, he's the guy with camping gear. So we camp with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, my stepdad, like he's a tech guy, so he's the guy that does all the games, and like, you know, they each bring something, seriously.
Something to the table. And
I've never seen my mom divisively try to split it up, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's only more people that love Ryder, the better, because and you want her to be able to go to her aunts, her uncles, her dads, her bonus dads, her wherever the support comes from. It doesn't matter, as long as it's genuine support.
And I think that's all my concern has ever been, is making sure that who is in Ryder's life is genuine, and who's gonna, you know, teach her the right things and put the right things in front of her. And I really feel like we have that, like we have a good circle, and that's, you know, my circle and my family, Corey's circle and his family. And we know how to combine our circles to make a big one for Ryder. And I'm like you, I'm happy that people get to see it. And I'm happy people get to see 2 black men have a healthy conversation.
It's so,
not only talk about it, but then to see him be there, to do it, to be present, to be able to change Ryder without giving looks and doing this and you know what I'm saying? Like it's not, I don't think it's something that is perpetuated about our culture.
No, and I love it.
I think it's great. And it's not only there's a surplus of parents, there's hella grandparents who are crazy about the kids. And it's interesting for me, because I grew up with my grandparents, but they were able to be my grandparents. Like, they weren't my parents that raised me. So it's like, I love that bond. And we've even had some of our great grandparents who have been in our lives, and our kids get to enjoy those moments and like create those memories. And it's, the older I get, the more I realize, and I meet people that they don't always have those experiences. Like, they don't know their grandparents. They didn't get to meet a great grandparent. So there's 4 parents, and I don't even know how many grandparents.
There's a lot.
Claim Ryder. Like,
a lot claim her. Even like last weekend, Ryder was at Zach's parents' house.
Off top, I'm thinking like 9 grandparents.
And I asked Ryan, I'm like, because Zach has a niece that's around Ryder's same age. I'm like, do you guys want to have the play date at my house or at Zach's dad's house with, you know, Papa Terry and Grandma Terry? And she's like, I want to go there. And I'm like, I love that.
Want to be up under you, girl. She want to go to her grandparents' house.
I know. I'm like, I love that you are comfortable going without me, and you're like, bye.
Right. I'm safe. Yeah, she feels very safe, like very secure, and she knows what it is too. Because Ryder is very in tune, and when the energy is not right, Ryder will let you know. She will let you know. It's
But
great.
also be like that because it's like, if Zach's family was anything less than that to Ryder, how could you be marrying him?
Exactly.
That part. Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to, there has to be that, okay, my kid ain't step nothing. And that has to be up front. Step don't mean nothing. And I think that if Zach was different, or if his family, or if Ryder was like, I don't know, you probably wouldn't be so fucking with Zach. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, our kids give us that green light.
Yeah.
Like, always,
no, for
yeah.
sure. For
That's-
sure.
They will let us know.
Yeah, they do.
You know, when I was doing my little thing, Holly was like, Mom, and she if y'all
I
go
love
back,
seeing your daughter on screen and in photos. Like, she's so adorable.
and she'll tell you. I was dating this other guy, like, very briefly. And he unfortunately got opportunity to be on camera very briefly. But when he was on camera, like, he like touched me, and Holly was like, don't touch my mom. She was like literally 2. I have to send it to you.
She knew.
She knew.
She said, "Get your hands off her."
She knew.
Don't touch my mom. She was not fucking with him. And the whole world was like, your daughter was trying to tell you right there.
Yeah. No.
They gotta listen to the kids.
They're
Yeah.
more in tune than we are sometimes. We don't
Yeah.
realize they feel so much.
And they just know.
They're
The
like,
other thing that,
They're like, I peep you.
yeah.
I see you.
There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to hair care. A product that works wonder for curls might make straight hair limp and greasy. I've been trying to find the perfect product to help develop my curls, and I think Pros has led me there. Thanks to my personalized Pros routine, I can honestly say I've never been more in love with my hair. Pros makes custom hair care that's effective because it's personal. Using natural ingredients with proven results, Pros customizes every product in your routine from shampoo to supplements. First, Pros starts by asking about you as a person with their in-depth consultation. Pros ask me really unexpected things, like questions even about my environment and the weather. Next, Pros analyze all my answers and determine which unique blend of ingredients should be in every product of my custom routine. Together, Pros got all my hair goals covered. As a carbon neutral certified B Corp, Pros is an industry leader in clean and responsible beauty. All their ingredients are sustainably sourced, ethically gathered, and cruelty-free. They're also the first custom beauty brand to go carbon neutral. If you're not 100% positive Pros is the best hair care you've had, they will take the products back, no questions asked. I'm loving my curl developer. My hair is softer, shinier, fuller, and my curls just look great. Pros is the healthy hair regimen with your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to pros.com/think. That's PROSE.com/think for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off. Baby's mama's your baby daddy's mama? The whole fam is in a no drama podcast. Well, maybe not no drama, but it's called the Baby Mama's No Drama Podcast. The stars from Teen Mom 2, Kel Lowry and V. Rivera, sit face to face and sound off on life's problems. Oh, and the entire show is based on the premise that V is Kel's baby daddy's wife. You heard that right. You just can't make this stuff up. Motherhood, exes, life goals, mental health, and sex. This isn't just two girls gossiping back and forth. These girls are here to conquer life's problems, offer sound advice, and get a great laugh about the crazy things they've been through. These teen moms are grown and adulting, and they are here to take you along for the ride. It's the Baby Mama's No Drama Podcast. Listen wherever you get your pods.
What else stood out from last night's episode was the conversation that most of the dads, not Bar, because he said he was sleepy, did on the boat trip. And then the conversation that you girls had on your boat.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was really good to see. Like, number one, I think they should show more of the dad conversations in the dads.
I agree.
But I also really liked that it was you guys are able to break off and have your conversation. And I thought they were both very good.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, so I don't know what was said. But I seen the little clip that they posted of the dads, and I just feel like it needs to happen more often.
Yeah.
I think that the younger dads and the OG dads and the two dads, like everyone's got something to learn from each other. And I think that a lot of people don't understand, but like I feel like in the Black community, the young Black community, a lot of these young Black men, they get these girls pregnant. They don't got no friends that are being dads, good dads at least. A lot of them don't even have their own good dads. So now they don't even know what they're doing. Yeah. You know, like Bar. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have an example of a man or a dad. Mm-hmm. Both for me. And so I like to see Devoyne surrounded by Corey, Zach, Gary, because those are guys that can look at him and either say, yes, you're doing the right thing, or honestly, bro, as a dad, no.
Yeah. And they need that. They really need that peer support. And it's important. It's necessary.
It's important for men to be around other strong men, especially fathers. And like you said, there's a lot of Black men that don't have those strong men, those strong father figures in their lives. Mm-hmm. Except like my son's dad doesn't have that strong man like in his life. So he's constantly trying to figure it out on his own. And it's hard, but it's beautiful to see them come together and be able to preach to each other and show like, hey, I'm doing it. So can you. You can be strong. You can be able to co-parent beautifully without bickering or without having this ego that comes between it.
That was one of my biggest things when I was pregnant with Ryder. I prayed so hard for a girl because I was like, I don't want to have a boy and I'm by myself, because how am I supposed to raise a Black man?
Yeah, it's the hardest thing. It's hard to raise a Black man because you don't want to raise somebody that's going to treat a Black woman wrong. You don't want to raise a Black man but also it's hard because during the time when everything was going on with like the Black Lives Matter, like my son was maybe 4, and I feared for myself because I'm raising a Black man that's about to, like, if he's driving around as a teenager, he could get shot. And so like those are things that you have to
You have to break their innocence.
Yeah, break their innocence. I had to break my son's innocence, and he was watching me go to marches. So I had the opportunity. A mother in the industry was doing a Black Lives Matter protest for kids. So I had my son make his sign. I made him understand what was going on, and I constantly instill into his head till this day, every time we go to school, you are a beautiful Black man. You're a beautiful Black boy. Your skin is beautiful. Your hair is beautiful. Like, those are things that, like, I don't think any other kid has to deal with, which is crazy.
You have to tell your kids those things. And I honestly think our generation is a generation that is more so like for instance, my mom was raised by my great-grandmother whose parents were slaves from the South. Mm-hmm. She grew up mainly in segregation, you know what I'm saying? And so she, raising my mom, taught her, like, don't you piss off the white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't until that my mom got older that she taught me, like, no, you fight for your rights. You do that. So I think our generation is a generation that's kind of like, no, you got us messed up. We're going to let you know, like, what we stand for. But unfortunately, we have the burden of raising our kids for the world that we live in and not the world that we wished we lived in. And that includes breaking their spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because fortunately for us, letting them live in ignorance is extremely dangerous.
Yeah. Super dangerous.
Yeah. And you can't do it. No. I mean, you can't do it with girls or boys. Yeah. And that goes both ways. I mean, I've had this conversation with my younger cousin, who was a girl, and she went to the same predominantly white school that I went to. Mm-hmm. And she was playing like Ding Dong Dish. And I said, you're the only brown one out of all those girls. If somebody comes out and you're standing playing in front of their house,
what do you think?
What do you think is going to happen? But
Who do you think is going to get in trouble
who's
first?
going to get in
Yeah.
trouble first? Or when the police show up, who's doing what first? Like, you don't have that same privilege as the other girls there. And it was like, she looked at me like I broke her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, unfortunately, these are things that you're going to have to understand, because I went to the same school. I was around those same kids' older siblings, and I was the one brown girl. And who do you think got in trouble first?
Yeah.
All the
That's
time.
same for me, pretty much. You know, a lot of people don't understand. Like, my family is a few Black first. Like, my grandma was the first Black woman to work in Major League Baseball, and my
Awesome.
grandfather is a 40-year professor at Cal State East Bay, and he's in the Hall of Fame for all this educational shit that he's written for Black people education. So I was the young kid that my parents had money, my grandparents had money, so I was the one Black kid in the white school. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized it's not that they accepted me. I had the money. What could they do? They had to tolerate. My check was as long as theirs. And I thought we was friends. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
No, but it's so true.
Actually, I feel I can relate to that, because it's like, for me, there were 2 Black students in my class, 4th through 12th grade. And the other Black student, she came from a biracial family, but I was the only one with a Black mom, Black dad. And I was taught that I was Black growing up. And this is who we are. My parents did everything they could to expose and enlighten and broaden my horizon in terms of perspective and like learning and growth. But it's the girls in my class, I thought they were my friends at first. But guess what? Do I talk to anyone? No. When George Floyd happened, I had a few girls reach out because they're now mothers, and they heard George Floyd call out for his mama. Mm-hmm. And there are things where, how do I make my child anti-racist? Because I know I missed the mark. Like, it's they're just because you're in the environments at the time, you may feel like, oh, these are my peers, these are my friends, but it's just our parents are able to afford, or we're and put us in these environments with purpose and intention, and it's hard. It's hard, and it's a hard reality, because it's like my 8-year-old self is now being broken again in terms of, oh, you know what? I saw you every day for 9 years, but it meant nothing.
Have you had to have any uncomfortable or any conversations with Holly?
Absolutely, because my side of the family is pro-Black, and Bar's mom is white, blonde hair, blue eyes. And so for my daughter, it's confusing, because it's not like we're not teaching her racism, but how can you teach her the truth without telling her the truth? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, Mom, Nana's white. Is she like, and I'm trying to have this
questions.
Like, it's not about, I want it to be less about Black and white and more about character, but always know people see Black and white. And there are allies on both sides of all colors.
Yes.
But know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yes, your Nana is a white woman with blonde hair, blue eyes, but you do not have the same luxuries as her.
Yeah.
You're a little African-American girl with pinky curly hair. You don't, you know. So I want her to be proud of both of who she is. I don't want her to say, I'm not half white. I want her to be proud of it, but I also want her to stand in the truth and be able to be a strong Black woman, not put another woman down, but be able to say, this is who I am. This is part of our history, but shit is fucked up.
Yeah. I've had to do the same thing with Ryder, because on Corey's side, his mom is white. Yeah. And it's that fine line of making her understand and also getting her to understand that you can be proud of both of everything that you have going on. You can be very proud of both of them. But my job as your Black mother is to teach you how to be a strong Black woman. I know that. Like, I know how to do that because that's what I was taught. My family's pro-Black. Now, me teaching you to be pro-Black has nothing to do. It's not downplaying.
It's not anti
your grandmother. It has nothing to do with that. But this is just what it is over here. So the other day, I have two stories. So the other day, it was MLK Day, and Ryder didn't have school. And she was like, well, why don't we have school? It says MLK Day. And she's like, well, what the hell is that? So I'm trying to explain to her MLK Day. And she was like, okay. And she was like really looking at me like, okay. And I was trying to explain segregation, but to a 4-year-old, you know,
yeah. Like, what?
It's just so like,
every day
what?
going to school.
And then the other day we had a conversation because she came home from school and she said, one of her friends' hair is straight. She kept going like, it's like this. It's like
Holly
this. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, well, what does that have to do with you? And she was like, well, she was pressing my hair like this, like trying to make her curls straight. And I was like, well, Ryder, your curls are beautiful. Like some people have straighter hair, some people have thicker hair, some people have like hair texture, hair. Everybody's hair is beautiful. Nobody's hair is more beautiful than like, it's just different hair. And she was like looking at me like, okay. So then I remembered Shanan had told me to watch this show on Netflix called Karma. And there's a whole episode on Don't Touch My Hair. So we watched this episode. It's really good. So you should show Holly it. The next day, Ryder came home from school and she said, she tried to touch my hair, but I told her, no. I was like,
but those boundaries.
I was like, and what she say, Ryder? She was like, she was fine. We played.
Yeah.
But like, she was so proud to say that like, she was like, no, you can't touch my hair again.
Yeah.
But it's so important. Like, I'm so happy that they have that show because Karma's World, you should have your daughter Holly watch it. It's solely of this little Black girl with this beautiful big hair. And she gives, you've heard of it? Yeah. And she gives these different lessons of like being a Black girl in the world. And it's so beautiful because I feel like kids need this. I just bought Ryder and Boz a book about like
haircuts, cool
haircuts, and something the girls is something I forget, but it gives you affirmations of being okay with what you're doing. Like it says, like I am awesome in this world. So I just feel like it's just always affirmations that we have to teach our kids, which is sad, but
it's just what it is.
It is what it is.
But it's a blessing to be able to have books as such because, you know, we're still very new out of slavery and we're still having to teach people how to treat us. Yeah. So when you equip your child with those tools of, hey, you know, don't touch my hair or let me help establish those boundaries early, I think it does help prepare and like give them the strength to continue in life knowing who they are and be proud of who they are because it's we're teaching our kids, but we're also teaching our kids how to teach others, how to treat them. So I love that these tools are available nowadays and that we can have these conversations because, you know.
And I love that you have first in your family.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Inferior. Saying like, whoever gave us that idea is wrong. And that's why they gave us that idea of inferiority because they knew they were wrong. Because honestly, people hate when I say this, but we're the blueprint. You can't turn on one thing, do one thing without doing something that our people contributed.
Amen. Yes. Yeah, because I love going back to like you saying you have first in your family. I as well have first in my family. My uncle was one of the first 9 Black children to go to an all-white school. He was part of the Little Rock 9. And being able to have my uncle, I remember I went to an all-white school, very private, you know, but he would always come to my school and month of February, Black History Month, and talk to the students about it. And also
he spoke at Westridge too.
He speaks at a lot of schools. He's an amazing speaker. Just telling kids about, you know, and that's another thing, like teaching my son, like, because going back to the MLK Day, Parker's over here telling me, Mom, but they shot him. Why did they shoot him? I'm like, and I'm like, is that what they're teaching you? Like, he was like, Mom, but I was like, no. He did so many amazing things. Those are the 2 things that he remembered from learning about Martin Luther King, that they shot him and that he was, in my head, like he was too righteous and that he got locked up.
Yeah.
That's when I go to the school.
Yeah.
Because what I kept telling him, I said, no, he made it okay so that you can be with your friends right now.
And it's like your uncle made it possible
for you to be in school.
Could all attend the schools that we attended, and that's still history is being made.
The curriculum was not written for us to study in the first place.
So, and they're doing their best to erase it now.
The best thing I can say to any Black parents is that trust and believe that the only thing that your kid is gonna get about, if you're Black, about their culture comes from home. It comes from the home.
Yeah.
Because school is still telling y'all Christopher Columbus is the reason why we here. And that ain't a stole. So, I don't really want to hear it. So
say a lot of people in the back.
Yeah. If you want to teach your kid real history, Black history, to be prideful in who they are, that's got to start in the home. Because the school was never meant for us.
No,
and to write that in for us would only be to admit that it was never meant for us. And that would be to admit that all the shit they've been saying all this time is a lie, and they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. I have one question before we wrap it up, because we clearly can talk for a long time.
Yes, we'll have to do this again.
We have to do it again. But since we're talking, it's Black History Month. We are 4 Black strong women, mothers, and I know I've had my own experience with dealing with being Black and non-teen mom. What has your experience been like?
Oh, yeah.
It's double-sided. It's like a double-sided sword. Because on one hand, yes, me and Bar are a mess, but me and Bar came from a mess. And we're doing the best in that mess to give our daughter the best she's ever had. And I think we're doing a damn good job as young Black people trying to show our genuine transition into this like super maturity, super adulthood. But on the other hand, I don't get the same slack that white castmates get. And I would just say that off the bat. I have my associate's degree in nursing science. These hoes got cosmetology licenses and everyone's clapping in grand applause. I mean, what are you talking about? I can dye hair on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm Black, I feel like my accomplishments are not as blown up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think when we mess up, or do you think like when we mess up, and when I say we, that's me, you, Corey, Zach, is it blown up more than some of our other castmates?
Absolutely. Bar has gotten 2 DUIs. There's no secret. Bar is the hood nigga. I'm trying to keep him out the streets. I'm doing the best I can. You know what I'm saying? We're from East Oakland. I only can give you what I really have. You know what I'm saying? But he's been talking about them 2 DUIs since he got them, since the baby was born. And I want to know, why can't he grow from this? Why are we still talking?
That's been his storyline?
Yeah. The reason why before with our wedding is because his DUI is not resolved. The reason why, it's just all this little shit. And it's like, some of y'all is really out here strung out on meth. And I don't see y'all say a word. We're talking about the same No, I'm just keeping it real. We're talking about the same.
Okay, it's real.
It's real. Like, we're past this.
Yeah, we're past this. Like, let us
Let us grow, please.
Like, in 2 years, I don't want to hear about Cheyenne flipping a table. I'm so sorry. I don't care.
No, that's
But people talking to me about stuff that I did when I was 19. I'm 25 now, y'all. I'm not the same person. I still might fuck you up just as quick, but I ain't the same person. I'm trying to change, and I can't elevate because not only does the viewer not allow it, but the editing that NTV does not allow it.
That's real.
That is real. I like how you bring that up, because there's been so many times where I'll be like online just seeing like, oh, Ashley this, Ashley that. And I'm like, anytime I talk to you or hear you speak, you sound very educated. You are clear in what you have to say.
She just opened a brand new salon.
We know what your stance is. And I'm like, why are people saying these things about her? She seems really smart. She seems like a great family person. Like, you really are holding it down. And when I say holding it down, it's holding yourself accountable, doing what you have to do, like as a mother. And like, sometimes we got to put a little extra work in our men. And it's like, I see you do that too. And it's not
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think that this show really fucked up by casting me because they had a whole bunch of girls. They got a whole bunch of girls living in the butt-fuck middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Never seen a 7-Eleven in their life. And then they have me. I'm from East Oakland. You know, prime hyphy movement. I'm prime, you know, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot that's come out of Oakland too in terms of Black history. So it's you come from the strong Black, like
my spicy. I just like, bitch, fuck you. What you gonna do about it? They hate it. They hate me for it. But I mean, all you can do is respect it. Number one, I don't come for people unless you come for me. And if I come for you, everything I say about you is true. Also, tip, I mind my business. But if you call for me, I will answer your call, beloved. So that's where I stand with that. And you know, I'm what I will say is that I'm going to stay on this show, and I'm going to stay being Black on this show, and I'm going to stay raising my Black daughter, and I'm going to stay loving my Black husband. And I'm going to
Have you had any situations like racially with any of your castmates where you had to either say like, whoa, or had any like uncomfortable conversations, or do y'all just leave it, you don't even have those conversations with each other?
I actually had a conversation with Kale about a comment that she had said in regards, this is something she said long, long ago, I guess, in regards to her son's haircut and the dad or something like that. And we talked about it, and I just said, listen, I think sometimes white women have babies by colored men, and they don't know what they're getting themselves into. They don't know the right words to say. They don't know the hair products to use. They don't know this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to Kayla, and she was like, yeah, I said what I said, but I didn't, you know, like we had that talk. And I was with her, and she was able to hear me. And yeah, I feel like I go there because I can't be your friend if I can't connect with you on a more deep level than just our favorite color.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, I would say that was really insensitive what you said. And I don't think, as a friend, you probably should not say that anymore. You should probably think of a different way to say that. Yeah. And I think we are here to do. And Black women need to be having that combo so that people's toes stop getting stepped on.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. I remember when everything was going on with George Floyd and stuff, and I did an interview, and someone asked me, have any of your castmates reached out or said boo or anything?
You good?
And I said no. Yeah. I'm like, you know, I don't know if I expected them to or not, but it would have been nice.
Right, to see if you're
just to say, hey, just because it was
just so much.
And you have to understand, like, during that time, I felt like we all felt the weight of our work, like the weight of the world on us.
I was, you always feel like, oh, we're scared to be Black. For once in my life, I think I was genuinely afraid to be Black. Because I ain't gonna say where I live, but I live where the white folks grow. Ain't a Black person in my neighborhood. And when that shit was happening, it was Trump flags on every truck.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here like, okay, we gonna have to load up like the purge, because if it go down, we gonna wear these motherfuckers out.
It would have been nice just to have somebody reach out and say, I'm just saying hi.
I see what's going on. So, I know it affects you.
Yeah. So after I put that out, Kate called me the very next day. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't even know that this is
how to approach.
Yeah, and it felt
approach you.
And, right. And then I heard from Macy, and then I heard from Amber, and everyone was like, look, Amber was like, to be honest, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Amber was living under a rock. I remember that. She was like, what happened?
Stayed off. She was like, this is on my get off social media sabbatical. I don't have cable right now. Like,
she knew what was really going on.
She didn't know what was going on. I'm like, girl, you get a pass.
I'm so sorry.
But, you know, I think it took me having to say, like, I needed y'all to say boo.
Say something.
For them to feel like it was okay to say something, which in hindsight, I probably could have handled it differently. I didn't need to do an interview about it. But at the same time, I'm not going to text you to tell me to text. I'm not going to text you and say, hey, text me. Like,
text me to ask me.
Right,
okay.
It doesn't work like that either.
Everybody is everybody's responsibility on this earth because we live here together.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm on the road with you, you're my responsibility and I'm yours. If I start acting crazy, we're going to crash.
Yeah.
If We are fighting for trans rights, alien rights, hula hoop rights. Everybody should be in the streets fighting for those rights because we live here. Yeah. This is our. So I don't care if we are fighting for Hispanic rights, if we're fighting for Asian rights. I don't care if we're fighting for white people, whatever rights they need to have.
It's a humanity.
We all be on the same page. Yeah. That doesn't say, oh, I don't see color. That's not what I'm saying.
That's not it.
Y'all, I had someone say that the other day, and I literally was like, "Do not say that," because when you say that, you are negating who I am. You are literally saying you do not see me. You do not respect who I am as a Black person. You do not expect my heritage. You do not expect the people, the lineage that I come from. And I was like, never say that.
But they think that's the right thing to say.
And this person wanted to go on about how I'm not racist. I said, yeah, but you're not anti-racist either. And it's like anti-racist, like you have to really educate yourself and relearn. Like it's a lifetime commitment. And that's for any person, anyone. It's not just white people. That's anyone. Like we've all been miseducated, literally. So it's
you can't chill on this topic. I think it was a time for everybody if you weren't taking action, I was looking at you like, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
But even like you said earlier, if you call out, answer, and that to me comes in all aspects. Yeah. A lot of people always ask me, what happened with you and Mackenzie? She called me and I answered. She asked me, can I call you? We sat on the phone for way too fucking long. Like for a minute for me to educate and explain. I
don't think anything penetrated that girl's head.
And
I don't know Mackenzie. I've never met her.
I met her one time at the end of a reunion, like in a hotel, but it was a blackout. Yeah. So it was like quick in passing. Never met her. I mean, like never sat down, had a conversation, never hugged, never did anything, like never said more than, hi, my name is Cheyenne, and kept it moving. Yeah. So when her Facebook post got out about the whole colored comment, she DM'd me and asked, can I call you? And immediately I asked my mom, like, why does she want to call me? I don't know her. And my mom said, you're probably the Black person that she's close to, like she can reach out to. So what are you going to do? And I said, well, shit, call me. Like, you didn't call me colored.
Yeah.
I'm not, you don't need to call and apologize to me. Yeah. You didn't offend me. And my feelings aren't hurt.
The way our dad raised us too is if you have the opportunity to have that conversation
to have it. So we had that conversation and we were on the phone for a very long time of me explaining segregation, me explaining all these things that in my head you should know, but then I have to think back. I was taught these things at home. You clearly weren't taught those things at home. And that's on you. That's not on me. And at the end of it, I was like, okay, I don't think anything stuck.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bizarre.
Yeah. But can I say this, though? I think it's time that we as Black people take the responsibility off of our shoulders to educate the whole fucking world about what it is to be Black.
In hindsight, I wish I would have just read the DM, left it alone.
Tired. Bitch, Google it! Google it!
Yeah.
Right. Go down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
Textbooks, classes.
Yes.
I am not the Black Encyclopedia.
Yes.
Literally.
I swear,
it's real.
Looking back, I'm like, I should have just said
no. Google it.
I literally should have said no because the phone call turned into
it became
a whole DM exchange. It became a whole, well, can you get on Zoom with her and Color Change is gonna do the Zoom with you guys, and I'm like, why am I even in this?
Yeah,
it became a whole thing, and then on the Color Change thing, it was once again them explaining and educating, me explaining and educating, and her saying at the end, I love you, and she asked me then, why won't you say I love you back? I said, I don't know you.
Yeah.
I've met you one time in passing, and love isn't a word that I was taught that you just throw around. I'm not the type to be like, see you later, girl, love you, bye. That's just, That's not me. My dad literally would make us write essays on what love was to us and what it means to love someone and what it means to be in love and what it means to say I love you. So when I say I love you to someone, I genuinely mean I love you. And I explained that to her. I'm like, girl, I don't love you. I don't know you. Know your middle name. Like, I don't know you from, I couldn't pick you out in a lineup if I wanted to.
You don't love you. She don't know you. So why y'all don't love each other? Why does it matter?
No, why does it matter? So when she did that whole drawn out live of saying I reached out to her and I wanted to hold hands and I told her I loved her and she laughed at me, I didn't laugh at you. I just explained why I don't love you.
Yeah.
But like you said,
bizarre.
I should have literally, I look back and I'm like, I should have said, no.
It's not your job to only, number one, you have to first understand yourself, what it is to be Black, accept that, walk in, learn about that. Then they want you to hold that on your shoulders and carry it around for every kid to get it.
Yeah.
That's not that was your parents' job and they failed you, baby.
Literally.
2022, and you can get on Google and Google Farrah's pussy. I don't understand why you can't Google segregation.
Sometimes people don't want to.
Yeah, no.
They don't.
Want to? Then don't put your ignorance.
Don't ask me to explain it to you.
It's hard enough as a Black person to read it, to know what it really is.
To go through it.
And actually feel the effects of everything.
To go through it.
It's to have great-great-grandparents who were in it, to have great-grandparents who are still alive that could tell you how it felt, to see that their parents. So no, I don't feel like sitting on the phone with you and babying you about some shit that the whole world knows about. Right. You
should know.
Then my thing is this: if you choose to be ignorant, then that ignorance is a choice at a certain age.
Yeah. And that's what I said. But I said ignorance is pervasive.
Yes.
And that means it's on both sides. I never once said, hey, Mackenzie, you're ignorant. Now, I can think that, but I never said it. All I said was ignorance is pervasive. I think that there's ignorance from everybody. Not just one little corner. Everybody. It goes both.
Ignorance is a lack of knowledge. It's not such the people think about it with this bad connotation. It's a lack of knowledge. If you're ignorant, you're ignorant. But
the world is ignorant of itself. We are all ignorant. Yeah. Like there's nothing wrong with ignorance. The problem is if you don't choose to change that ignorance. Like if you want to stay ignorant, I have no time for you.
Yeah. Right.
Like our energy does not match at all. Like I have no conversation with you. But if you are genuinely like seeking and like, hey, I looked this up, but like I need to know more, or like, I want to ask some questions, I want to further this conversation, I'll go back and forth with you all day. Because that's what my life has been. You know, I've had to be that Black person in a lot of rooms and play all these different roles, you know? So I can have the conversation with anyone and walk away and still feel good about myself, you know? Mm-hmm. And in hopes of you having a better understanding, or you being like, you know what? Let me do something different. Because best believe my children, my nieces, my nephews, they will all know that they are very, very Black and that they are beautiful and that they are loved and deserving of everything. And they will be fighting for change throughout their lives. So you're either going to be on their side or not be on their side, but there will be a reckoning. And it's like,
but I think these conversations, even amongst us, are healthy.
You gotta, it's very healthy
and should be heard. And it's okay. It's not to bash anybody. It's not to hurt anybody's feelings. But if it sparks a conversation in your house, at your table, on your couch, then I feel like we did a good job.
Because it gets you talking. It gets you talking, and it's necessary.
I agree. Okay. So every week we end our podcast with, you either have to share a WTF moment of your week or the past 2 weeks of your life, whenever, or you can share some advice, any advice that you want to give. If you feel like that is who you are that day, you can give some advice, or you can share WTF. Who would like to go first? Not me.
I'll go first. Since I'm on y'all's territory, I'll go first.
I love this attitude.
I have several what the fuck moments, and they're the same thing, and this keeps happening. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm going through a phase in my life where I am getting out of my car and taking the keys out of the ignition without putting the car in park.
Wait.
Yo, I've done that before.
Don't even judge me. I don't know if it's because my is moving so fast where I'm like, I got Gucci in the trunk, I got Holly in the back,
Yeah.
that, but like sometimes I will like take my key out in my car, will whole ass like start rolling, and I'm like, fuck.
Oh no. That's a real what the fuck.
And it's happened like 5 times. And I need to slow my brain down. So yes.
Yes.
Okay, can I go
Slow
after
down,
you?
slow down. Yes.
So
Take your time.
my words of advice would to be like, try and have a moment of stillness or like silence. Even if it's like 5 minutes for yourself in the morning before you start your daily routine, or if it's like at nighttime, or say it's 4:00 in the morning, you wake up, rather than going and picking up your phone, go sit on the floor, do a little Indian style, go sit on the toilet if you need to, but like literally just sit there and like be still and let your mind just release and relax. Cause when I start doing stuff like that, and I have definitely done it before, it was just like, I'm just too much on autopilot and I'm just moving too fast that I'm not even thinking. Like I'm literally missing.
You're just on go.
Missing things.
Now,
So,
like,
it's you gotta slow down and literally
Slow down before you crash your car, girl.
Right, literally.
through my wall.
I'm done. Okay, my WTF. So last week I shared about our dog Deuce getting out and the crackhead next door coming to tell me. Now, my update was
Ashley was like,
Ashley's face, she said crackhead.
Yo, dog.
I live next to a crack house, but that's a story for another day. We live in the hood, girl. Me and Zach literally live smack dab in the middle of the hood, but
great block, but just an active house.
just an active house next door. But anyway, so Deuce got out 2 more times this week. Once when we don't know who did it. We don't know if it was Kyle when she left or if it was Patrick, Zach's cousin, when he left. But all I know is they had both left. And Zach came in probably like 20 minutes later. He's like, "Where's Deuce?" I'm like, "I don't know. That's your dog." He's taking the trash out. And as soon as he opened the door, I just hear yelling and commotion outside. And I'm like, "Oh no." Zach was like, "Deuce." I'm like, "Oh, he got out again." He was like chasing kids up the block. And it was so bad. And I'm just like,
This dog
that
is living
dog.
its best
What
life.
dog is this?
Frenchie, and he goes on adventures. Like he just gets out all the time. He got so yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Zach, I woke up early, like 7 a.m. So I opened the back door to let the dog out, and I got back in the bed because it's 7 a.m. And I didn't think anything of it. Zach probably got out of bed. Like we sat there and did work like from bed for a while. So it had to be like 10:30 by this time. He's like, "Where's Deuce?" I'm like, "Nigga, I don't know." Like,
I'm sitting here with you.
that's your dog. Again, I can tell you it's your dog. And I just see his whole body get red real quick. Like he's just so red. I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "Fuck." I'm like, "What is going on?" He's like, "I left the gate open because Zach just got a paintball gun. He was shooting the house and some other stuff over there." And he's like, "The gate is open." And in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh, that dog is gone. Like it's been hours."
She was slightly relieved.
He's gone. I'm like, "Bye, motherfucker." Oh, literally. Zach takes off. He takes off. He's like up 2 blocks down. And I'm like, "Oh, damn it." So I put Ace in his seat and I'm like, let me just look like I'm trying, because if I don't look like I'm at least trying to help you, he's going to come back with no dog and hate me also.
And
so
be
it won't be a good day. Sad. Like it just won't be a good day. He had an appointment. He had to get to at 11. And I'm just like, you can't miss that appointment. So like, screw the dog. So I walk up like 2 houses and I'm like, "Deuce. Where are you?" So this guy comes out and it's like a full gated house. He's like, "Hey, yo, I got your dog, but you gotta come get it. I can't come to you." I'm like, what? I'm like,
I love this story.
So I'm literally screaming like the top of my lungs to Zach, who's like 2 blocks up, for him to come back so he can get the dog. Because why am I walking into this man's yard? Because now I'm scared. And he's like, I'm screaming at Zach. The man is like, "He's over here." So I walk up to the gate. He's like, "You got to come in the gate and get him." I'm like,
No, I watch Law and Order.
I'm like,
Mm.
He's like, just don't mind the pit and this other dog that
Not
was
the
running
pit.
around. I'm like, and I'm trying not to be a pussy. So I walk over, I get the dog, and I look down, and I'm like, oh, he had an ankle monitor on.
He literally couldn't bring the dog.
He literally could not bring me the dog, and that was my WTF moment.
That's funny because I thought you were gonna say he was a creeper.
No, he was just trying to obey the law.
When you were telling me this story, I was like, girl, you went over to his yard? Like,
His house.
Extra.
At that point, Zach was like 3 houses down, so I already knew like he could get to me real quick. All right, Shannon, what you got for us this week?
I guess it's advice. It was on my mind on the way here. Just allowing God to have all control. I feel like sometimes, like you said, like you move too fast. Just having patience. I feel like these last couple of months, or just people around me, everything has been really challenging for a lot of people, I feel like, and just people are trying to get to the next level in their lives or just stuff like that. And everyone wants it to happen right away. But you really have to learn how to be just still and wait for God to show you. Because today, I just been asking God, like, what's my next move? Like, what's going to go on with me? Like, where am I going in my career? And today I got booked with so many jobs, and I'm like, and it took it, thank you, but it took me a while to like, but it took me a while to like appreciate it, because at first I'm like, I don't have time. Like, no, but that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, oh, let me check my schedule. Let me see if I'm open those days or whatever. But the thing I keep asking God is to take me out of a situation. I keep asking God, I don't want this anymore. I want more.
Yeah.
And so today God gave me more.
Yes.
And I didn't know how to accept it. So I think when you get those blessings, you need to say, one, thank you, God, for those blessings that you just gave to me. And two, just be in that moment and not overthink it, not be like, oh, I don't want this anymore. Like, I'm too busy or I can't do this right now, because God gave it to you for a reason.
Yeah.
So
like
just
that.
being patient.
Are you booked this weekend?
No.
Because I need my hair done before this trip. No. As soon as she said she was booked, I'm like, damn.
Awakening, but where do I fit into that?
Right.
I'm like, hey, God, can you make room for me?
Yeah, I just think that I feel like everyone's trying to get to that next level, and everyone's like, do it now. But I think we just all need to just wait for that moment and just wait for our blessings to show up.
Yeah.
And just receive it.
Yeah.
Receive it. Like, that's something that I've had to work on. It's like when I ask for more, like I want more. When I get it, I'm like, oh,
you don't know what to do with it.
What am I doing? You know? But then I remember, like, I prayed for this, I manifested this, and now I have it. So it's like, I'm here to receive it, and I ain't trying to fumble it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you got to do this with us.
Yeah. Thank you. You're so beautiful. We were talking about how beautiful your eyebrows were.
Girl, my daddy really likes you.
Boy, never hang out with Cheyenne.
My dad, Bar, you better watch my dad at the wedding.
Hold on.
He gonna be like, hey, wanna dance, Ashley?
My dad really has a thing for Bar too. He does. He really wants to be friends with Bar.
No, double up. That's
like,
what he
double
calls
up. Yes,
him.
double up.
I actually love that.
I did
Double
too.
up.
I actually like that name.
Wait, can you clarify something for me? We really want to know what it says above Bar's eyebrows.
I told you. One says like
Norm.
Okay.
Is one Norm?
I watched your guys' girls' night in, and I was like, I'm gonna answer some questions for y'all. So number one, Cheyenne, he can't shower. He cannot submerge the bracelet.
So he can take a bath with his foot out the water.
Yeah.
Girl, don't say yeah because you didn't know either.
No, that's what I said on the show.
Dang. No, we were talking about whole baths. I was like, ooh, I want that to give me a whole bath.
Let me tell these people, okay? He definitely can shower. But he cannot submerge the bracelet because it like I don't know, if it's submerged for too long, it'll mess up, and then it's like really, really expensive to have them replace it.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah.
So like we could have got a bag or something, but I just didn't want to take the chance. I didn't want to pay $1,700 to replace.
No, hell
Oh,
no.
hell no.
I'd have been like, stick your foot out the shower every time.
Yeah.
You cannot enjoy baths, criminal. So that, and then so the tattoos are two of his brothers that passed away.
That's what I
Got
explained.
it.
Names.
Is he still getting them lasered?
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you, he wish he never got it.
Dang.
But
But I feel like he did that out of emotion.
yeah, you did it to spite me. Now joke is on you because you have 4 brows, my good sir. And I told you not to do it. Do I feel bad for you? No. Should you be in pain getting this laser removal? Absolutely, positively. Because
You got 4 brows.
Yes, yes. My good brother Bar.
my good brother Bar, yes.
My good brother Bar.
Double
Oh
up.
my
My
God.
brother double up.
So Ashley
Double up.
has a podcast, you guys. It's called I Need Wine.
Hold on, I need wine. Yeah.
We love wine, so anytime you'd like to have us on,
Yes,
we are
we love
fully
wine.
available for you.
Yes.
I should send you guys, we should send you guys some bottles so we can drink together.
Yes, let's do it.
I'm here for this.
So
All
make
right.
sure you guys check out Ashley's podcast. She does it with, is that your friend? I know it's your friend, but
Jessica, she's not white, she's Mexican.
okay. Check out Ashley's Mexican co-friend or co-host.
She loves to be known. She likes that to be known. So I'm just putting it out there.
Got it.
I love
But
it.
don't forget to check us out. We are the Think Loud Crew. You can follow us on Think Loud Crew on Instagram or listen to any of our podcasts on all podcast platforms.
Tongue twister.
And I am Cheyenne. You can follow me at Shy Not Shy.
I am Shannon. You can follow me at Hair by Shannon C.
And my name is R, and you can follow me at R Kyle Lynn. And don't forget to check out our YouTube and comment, like, and make sure you subscribe.
And Ashley.
And Ashley, what are you?
Where can we find you?
I am Ashley Siren on Instagram, but I probably have all of you guys blocked, so don't come. Don't come.
All right, guys. That's actually really funny.
I love it.
All right, guys, have a good week, and I hope you enjoyed this recap / good talk that we had. And
Prayers out to Farrah.
prayers to Farrah.
And happy Black History Month.
Stay black.
Be black, stay black. Bye, guys.
Bye.